Hello, my name is Nathan Bouchard. It is September 23rd, currently 3:45 p.m. I'm making this video pretty much just to document my findings, pretty much get this new scientific theory out there that I created. And it's the truth of gravity, because gravity doesn't make sense. We're told gravity is created by pretty much a body of mass spinning around in a void space, and it must be 5.6 miles in diameter from what my brother tells me the numbers are. So they say that motion creates force. So that means when a star collapses and creates a black hole, that would imply something in the center of that is just spinning insanely fast to create all that force and gravitational pull of a black hole. And it also implies that gravity is the only thing in the universe where size matters, because laws of physics and laws of the universe determine size just doesn't matter. And I think I've figured out the truth of what causes gravity here on Earth. All right. Now, if you put two drops of water together, you'll notice that they always come together. Okay. Now, yes, I am reading this because it's pretty much the easiest way for me to do this. This is also my very first time making a video. So they'll always attract together to one another. There's like a magnetic force that pulls them together. Okay, water always wants to stay together. All right, this is where my thoughts came from. Okay. Well, same thing happens with, gas or air molecules. They always want to bond and stay together. They don't want to be separated. All right. So what's happening on Earth and creates gravity is actually the easiest way to look at it is think of the Earth as like a ball of rock. Okay, you got this ball of rock, and around that is water. Okay, water's holding itself together on Earth. All the molecules are keeping it together. Now, what's keeping the water wrapped around the ball of rock is actually the air molecules on top of it, compressing it together like a bubble. Okay, so the atmosphere is pretty much a giant bubble, like you have a bubble in water, just all keeping itself together. And what causes gravity and weight is atmospheric pressure, the pressure of air pulling itself together. That's what keeps us down onto the Earth, if that makes sense. This is why there's a terminal velocity, because if the rotation of the Earth causes a gravitational pull, then what would end up happening, that means that the closer to the Earth you get, the higher gravity is. Okay, so that doesn't make sense as a terminal velocity. Not only that, that would mean that the deeper you go into the Earth, the higher the gravitational pull is. Okay, so because that's not what works, but why air works like this, why gravity and air molecules work like this, that's why airplanes, parachutes, helicopters work, because they are actually manipulating airflow. By manipulating airflow, they're manipulating gravity. That's why they're defying gravity. Okay, this is why also, this is the big one, this is where it really comes in, is that gravity does not apply underwater. Okay, it just doesn't. It's not the same. Okay, pretty much it switches from laws of gravity to laws of buoyancy. All right, this is why astronauts, they actually practice underwater. Let me see what else I got. And the forces in the void that pull the object under. Oh, that's also why I wanted to also put in the gravitational forces that you're catching in space. That's actually just done through magnetics. It makes a lot more sense to me that when a star collapses, that it would produce high magnetization and not just spin really fast to create gravitational pull. So what we're actually seeing is magnetization. That's the forces in space is magnetized. Okay, so here's another big one. So by this logic, the way to achieve anti-gravity would actually be to repulse air molecules. Okay, so if you had like a craft that was fully sealed and around it was actually pushing air molecules away, and when you would create a bubble void of all molecules, technically like a bubble of space around it, and that would be how you would achieve weightlessness. So yeah, those are my findings. Welcome to Nate's Brain.